when I'm discussing this question now, I wonder historically, why wasn't it seen as a constitutional crisis when millions of people of color, not just African Americans, but Native Americans, Latinos, and Asians, were fighting for their right to vote? So, what has happened, as is pointed out sometimes, that African Americans are the canary in the cage. We have a critical mass of a population of 13 to 15% that allows the African American experience to be more vocal nationally and internationally, more so than, say, people of African descent in Canada or in the UK. And so, because of that, there are enough books written, enough people who have protested, enough times in which we should know as a nation, and journalists should know from the Black press and from other presses, how this country has undermined the rights of people of color. I think it's interesting to note that it becomes a constitutional crisis when it starts to undermine the rights of the middle class, undermine the rights of white Americans. Then all of a sudden we're debating the constitutional crisis. This is my probably fifth or sixth panel I've been on discussing the constitutional crisis that's now supposed to be in play, when I know that if we're defining constitutional crisis in a way that takes into account millions of people unable to vote, then we would have defined it to include, you know, a century ago and going forward.